Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. A few hours ago, I woke up to the very sad news that Franz Beckenbauer has passed on. If you're watching this and you don't know who Franz Beckenbauer is, or der Kaiser, as he's very well known in Germany as, then to put it very simply, he's one of the greatest sportsmen to ever play any sport ever in the history of the world. Beckenbauer's achievements go far beyond just what he did on the field. As a person, everyone talks very highly of him. Now, as I'm sitting here, I'm a very young man, so I never got, the distinct opportunity to watch greatness in its entirety. I can only watch highlights, but I will say this. When I watch Franz Beckenbauer, it's like watching Leonardo da Vinci paint something. It's like watching an artist, a magician, do his work. Beckenbauer transcended football. I mean, he built an empire that is, well, now known as Bayern Munich. I mean, he's one of the most important players in the history of Bayern and Germany. We're talking about a country from 1961 to 1989 or something like that had a lot of tension between East Germany and West Germany. And it wasn't up to the politicians to reconcile those differences. It was people like Franz Beckenbauer, through their collective achievements, that brought pride to the German people. And ultimately, an entire country was reunited, and the Berlin Wall came down. And I'm not saying that to say that was all Beckenbauer, but to say the sport and the era he participated in was one of the most critical eras in the history of Germany, Europe, and just about the world. Man, I don't want to make this a sad video because Beckenbauer lived a great life, so condolences to his family. We will never forget the legend of Franz Beckenbauer. I want everyone watching this to remind your kids about who this great player was, and so we can keep his legacy going. Wow. I just, when you talk about his achievements, he won the World Cup in 1974, and then he won it again a few decades later as a player. He's one of the first players to both win it as a player and a manager. Won the Champions League as a player and a manager as well, 3 times in a row at Bayern Munich, which till this day is monumental in terms of meaning. Beckenbauer is a legend, and he will remain a legend. This man lived Bayern, his blood pumping red, not for signs of healthiness, but actually his love for Bayern. He bled red in that sense. Beckenbauer never abandoned Bayern in times of difficulty, in fact, always lended his hand to help. He died at 78 years old, and I pray to God that his family can, live in peace and that his soul rest in peace. Death is something that is incomprehensible when you really try to conjure the fact that someone was here before and they're no longer here, they're no longer breathing. It's sometimes a very interesting thing to consider. So, yeah, I just want to pray for Beckenbauer's family, and I hope they're strengthened, because not only was he a man that took care of his club, but he took care of his family. I understand that he had some health issues, last year, but I didn't understand. We don't know what the causes were yet, but yeah, condolences to everyone close to him, his family, the people that knew him. It must be a completely different thing seeing someone you knew as a friend that is now no longer here. So thank you all very much for watching, and rest in peace to the Kaiser.